All right, guys. Today we're gonna be talking about high energy level dogs and what do you do with them. So as you can see, these guys are turned up to the max. They haven't been out for playtime for a run in about 2 days, 2 or 3 days, for like outside in the field. But that's good. They still were able to stretch their legs in the yard. But during those 2 or 3 days, they've built up a lot of pent-up energy. The Cane Corso is a dog that needs a lot of space to run and move around and get the energy out of them. So right now, that's what we're doing. Whoa, watch out. These guys were just ready to let it loose, let all the energy out. So sometimes we do a lot of running. Most times we do a lot of running with the dogs, you know. But today we're just gonna let them chew on this toy. What does this allow them to do? These dogs have urges to chew on things and shake things. So right now they're getting all that urge out. Also, they just want to let out, you know, their energy and have a good time. And part of that is chewing. So right now they're just focused on this little chewing. And even after they're done this workout, they're still going to be, you know, in a high energy state until probably tomorrow after their next workout. And then after tomorrow, they'll be, you know, back to like a calm, cool, collective dog. These dogs right here are high energy dogs, man. I may even let this video just rock out just to show you how much energy they have. They're big, they're bulky, and if you make them overweight, then you're really gonna have problems because they can't really get the exercise they need. So it's gonna manifest in frustration. So make sure when you got a dog that's showing a lot of energy, exertion, like running around the yard, make sure you can get that dog out. Also, what does this do? This gives them the understanding that if I want to bite on something, if I want to get my frustrations out, the best way to do it is tug of war. It's like muscle memory, brain memory. So they know to just get their frustrations out on tug of war, and they're not looking for somebody to eat alive, like a lot of dogs you see. And you got to constantly teach these dogs what to do and what not to do. So we're constantly teaching them to chew on this toy. But we don't do a lot of this chewing stuff. But today I figured this would be a good day to do it. You know, we don't do too much of the chewing. We do maybe some sticks, but we don't bring out too much tug of war toys. Only because I don't want to have my hands full most of the time. But if you guys remember, these guys really didn't get along that well for tug of war. Milan didn't want to share with him or respect him. He's only like 9 months. I think he's almost 9 months now. Or he'll be 9 months this month. So 9, 10, 11, 12. He got good 3 months of like height development and bone development. A good 3 months. So he can grow a couple of inches up tall or whichever way. Mufasa. And Milan is pretty much at the tail end of her, you know, maximum potential. She's 5 years old. But if you notice, her energy level is still high. Not as high as his. She was a much more calm dog. She's a much more calm dog, much more friendly dog. Mufasa does not know what people are. He doesn't know how to be friends with strangers. Now, a lot of times when you're doing this kind of work, you want to implement control. Try to force your control in the situation. Sit! Sit! Milan, sit! This is a veteran dog, so you know it's gonna listen better. Hey, yo, sit. With him, Mufasa, he's a little riled up. Sit. You just give him, see, he's a little riled up, so what I'm gonna do for him is give him a beep. And that reminds him that I'm in control. Now, normally I don't have to do that, but like I said, I didn't expect him to listen after being locked up for that long. Free. See? He's got a lot of energy. A lot. And it's annoying to me and the older dogs to have to deal with him. But he didn't ask to be a puppy. I brought him, so now I got to deal with him and his antics. And I'm telling you guys, he's full of surprises. He's messing with the hose. He's messing with pots and pans. Hey, out! Now another thing, I got to stop him from eating this deer food. That's why I don't even like coming to this field. We did a deworming yesterday, so everyone in the house got dewormed with Pyrenthal, except for King. I gave King some ivermectin. So yeah, everyone got dewormed. Normally I go to the, hey, Milan, stop that. Milan's eating that poo. You know, and I don't really know if that's a bad thing, but I just know that, Milan, stop. This field is lit up with poo and little deer ruts. It tore up the whole ground everywhere. So now he's kind of gotten that out of his system. Go! But he still has long legs. He's a more out! Out! Look, he got it now. He's young. We're waiting for this really to happen. You know, when he's gonna really like just want to tug with you. Out, boy, sit. He probably didn't even know what I'm saying. Ugh. But yeah, so we out here, man. We're giving these dogs an out. Giving these dogs an opportunity to let their energies loose, their natural inhibitions, whatever the hell that means, if I even said it right. But what I will say is, these dogs can be very civilized, very friendly. You just gotta constantly train them. And if you are having situations where the dog is being aggressive towards other dogs or other people, you gotta kind of rethink your approach. Maybe you do a scaled approach. Maybe instead of bringing them straight up on the person, maybe you stand somewhere else on the other side of the field where there are other people. Like we just walked by a Doberman. I think I said that. And you know, they don't like this Doberman. This guy, I hate to put it out there like that, but this guy walks his dog and lets his dog shit behind everybody's house and he never cleans it up. You know, you can't be mad at someone, you know, and try to tell people what to do, but it's one thing to like let your dog go in some tall grass and shit. You know, let it break down in the tall grass. Nobody's walking in the tall grass. Maybe it's fertilizer. I don't know. I'm not judging. If your dog's in the woods, deep in the forest, and some leaves or in some high, tall grass, I don't expect anyone to go inside the tall grass and try to find the poo. With that being said, is it bad to let your dog go in the tall grass and poo? I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, hey, it's fertilizer. That's how I look at it. Here, they let the dogs just poo in the field, and most of the time, you know, you see the poos, but the poos just break down. And you know, there's deer poo everywhere. So there's all kind of poo in this field. But it always breaks down, you know, during the rain or whatever. I don't know what happens, but it's like fair game in this field. And this is a short grass field. But you have the long grass fields that no one ever mows. Maybe they get mowed once every 6 months or something. I understand letting your dog poo in there, but to let your dog poo in short grass right behind someone's house, I just don't understand it. Then you just do it over and over, and you got a big, gigantic dog, and you're feeding that dog pedigree, so it's taking 3 large, gigantic dumps a day, and that shit for some reason that pedigree poops don't break down. They just sit there. But anyway, and that dog actually looks sickly right now too. Fur messed up, body breaking down. But that's neither here nor there. We walk past that dog. They don't like that dog because the dog's always behind the fence. But they, they were looking over there, and I had to distract them and do what I needed to do to stop them from, trying to think about messing with that dog. Also, they saw the dog. They wanted to react, but I didn't allow them to. But we walked our distance. We stayed our distance away from that dog. Like I said, keep your distance. It's all about different approaches. Because he don't like other dogs. And Milan doesn't really care about other dogs either. Like, they don't bother her. But now that he's around, he's giving her the signal to attack. Or that nervous energy. Out! I said out! He doesn't know out yet, guys. Look. I said out, boy. Mufasa, stop. I hope when I'm yelling, man, they don't come through your TV screens too loud, guys. I'm sorry. But I gotta, be myself with these dogs. They know that loud noise, that when they hear me, they know. You can't be soft on these dogs, man. There's a lot of stuff going on with people and their dogs. And to be honest, you got certain kind of dogs that have certain kind of actions, and you just kind of know your dogs. Like both of these dogs, Mufasa is a good dog around the house. He's a pack dog. He'll annoy everyone, bother everyone. Then when they snap back at him, he doesn't go into full fight mode. But if someone wants to go in full fight mode, he's definitely down for the cause. So everyone respects the fact that he's a young pup. And when he's annoying them, they give him a growl or a little snap, and then he just backs off, and then he comes back and bothers them again. But it never goes into a fight. Milan, she likes to fake dominate all the other dogs, sometimes the females. And she just doesn't have any enemies right now in the house. None of the dogs are... Milan has no dog that wants any parts of trying to do anything with her. None of the females want no problems with Milan. And Milan does not attack any of the females, ever. Not over food, not over anything. But if another dog bites Milan, she's gonna fight. And she ain't gonna stop. Milan's gonna fight, and she ain't gonna stop. And that's just what it is. So, like, that's something else you gotta realize. Like, these dogs are powerful. These dogs are a force to be reckoned with. But you just gotta put them in the right situations and train them. Training. You constantly take your dog to train. Milan pulling his ass. And this is how you get your dogs to just chill. Sometimes I put a dog outside in an enclosure and leave him out there all day to wear him down. You see that? They got they... Come on, get up. Move. No. I said out. He don't know out yet. I can't really teach him out because today is the first day he started biting stuff. But yeah, man, when it comes to high energy level dogs, give them a task. Get them out. Man, preferably, like, if you guys have one dog. See, me, I got multiple dogs. So it's a little bit more challenging for me, but I still have to do what I gotta do. I gotta make it look like I'm doing a lot more than I'm actually doing. So what I do every day, I walk past a whole bunch of people with the dogs. They see people who are around. No one really walks up on them. But they know not to be, like, super afraid of people. A lot of people don't even take their dogs out And that's when the problems occur. Oh! Oh! And normally I'll be studying right now and eating my breakfast, but I can't study or eat breakfast because they just had too much energy, especially Mufasa. And I could see that it was an issue, so I said, man, let me go get his energy out. Even Milan was showing like that she had a lot of energy she needed to get out. As you can see, we've probably been out for about 20 minutes, or so. And this is pretty good enough. Another thing is you want to be careful with overworking these dogs. Out! Out! Mufasa! You want to be careful when overworking these guys because they're not going to give up. But the longer you work them past exertion, the more likely for injury. So a good rule of thumb is if it's high intense work, 15 minutes. If it's not that high intense work, high intense work, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, tops. If it's like, you're just out with the dogs and y'all just playing around, doing a little bit more running, maybe you do 40 minutes. If you're just walking, you can walk for 2-3 hours. Maybe not with this Mufasa because he's a puppy. Out! Out! Don't do it. I'm trying to eat that poo. All right, guys, we out.